Good morning, chair members. My name is Sandy Esparza. I'm an advocate for child victims of trafficking in California, a former foster youth, and a survivor of child trafficking. At 14, I was first sold to men and purchased for sex throughout my teen years. I was lured, tricked, threatened, and forced to use drugs, and at no point or at any age did I choose to be there. I had nowhere to go, I was terrified, and I needed help that never came. Recently, I sat with a 17-year-old victim contemplating suicide after she received a positive HIV diagnosis transferred to her by a sex buyer. She was groomed and purchased for sex since she was 14 and asked me if anyone had ever paid for what they did to me. I shared that I never saw justice. She responded, and I quote, "Dang, miss, the game hasn't changed." It hasn't changed, which tells us that something has to change. For her, it was HIV. For me, it was cervical cancer. For others, a list of lifelong residual trauma at the hands of sex buyers. The opposition would argue that in most states, the age of consent is 16 years old, and that it's misguided to require harsher penalties for an activity that would be legal in 80% of the country. But they are wrong, because consent implies choice. And I know as a lived experience expert that for the majority of 15 to 17-year-olds, they cannot consent because there is no choice. They are forced or coerced into this life, and if they could leave, they would. Perhaps the justice ship has sailed for me. I'm okay with that. I'm not here for me. I'm here for them. For the children still out there being bought and sold, feeling afraid and forgotten. Aren't they worthy of protection? Don't their lives and futures matter? Didn't mine? I urge you to consider the child and ask you respectfully for your aye vote on this bill. Thank you.